In the secluded depths of the ancient Croatian forests, where shadows danced and whispers carried secrets, there lived an enigmatic figure known as Veštar. A sorcerer of unparalleled power, he possessed an uncanny mastery over the arcane arts, his spells capable of bending reality to his will. Veštar's origins were shrouded in mystery. Some whispered that he was a descendant of ancient druids, while others believed he had forged a pact with malevolent spirits. His appearance was as unsettling as his reputation. His eyes glowed with an eerie luminescence, and his skin bore the marks of countless rituals. Veštar's dwelling was a secluded hut nestled amidst gnarled trees. Its walls were adorned with strange symbols and talismans, and the air was thick with the scent of incense. Within its shadowy interior, Veštar spent countless hours poring over ancient texts, his mind lost in the labyrinthine depths of magic. Word of Veštar's abilities spread throughout the land like wildfire. People sought him out for both help and harm. Those in need of healing or protection would bring him offerings of gold and livestock, while those seeking revenge would pay dearly for his dark services. One fateful day, a young woman named Maria arrived at Veštar's hut. Her village had been ravaged by a plague, and she had heard tales of the sorcerer's healing powers. With trembling hands, she knocked on the weathered door. Veštar answered, his eyes piercing through her soul. "What do you seek, child?" he asked in a voice that sent shivers down her spine. "My village is dying, sorcerer," Maria pleaded. "Can you save them?" Veštar's lips curled into a cruel smile. "Your village's fate is not in my hands, but I can offer you a choice. You can either pay me a hefty price for my help, or you can leave and watch your people perish." Maria's heart sank. She had no money or possessions to offer. Desperation gnawed at her as she realized that her village's fate rested on her shoulders. "I will do anything," she whispered. Veštar's eyes narrowed. "Very well. You will become my apprentice. You will learn the secrets of magic, and in return, you will serve me for the rest of your days." Maria hesitated, but the thought of her dying village filled her with a sense of urgency. She agreed to Veštar's terms, and thus began her journey into the world of sorcery. Under Veštar's tutelage, Maria's mind expanded and her powers grew. She learned to cast spells that could heal the sick, protect the innocent, and even control the elements. However, as her knowledge increased, so too did her awareness of the dark side of magic. Veštar's spells were not always used for good. He reveled in chaos and destruction, and he often used his powers to torment those who crossed his path. Maria witnessed firsthand the horrors that magic could inflict, and she began to question her own choices. One night, as Veštar was performing a particularly gruesome ritual, Maria could no longer bear to watch. She confronted him, her voice trembling with fear and anger. "Why do you do this?" she demanded. "Why do you cause so much pain?" Veštar's eyes flashed with fury. "Because I can," he hissed. "Magic is power, and power is meant to be used. I will not be bound by your petty morals." Maria realized that she had made a terrible mistake. She had become a pawn in Veštar's twisted game, and she knew that she had to escape. With newfound determination, Maria gathered her meager belongings and fled into the night. She ran through the forest, her heart pounding in her chest. She knew that Veštar would not let her go easily, but she was determined to break free from his clutches. As she ran, Maria remembered a spell that Veštar had taught her. It was a spell of protection, and she hoped that it would be enough to keep her safe from his wrath. Suddenly, she heard a sound behind her. She turned and saw Veštar standing in the shadows, his eyes glowing with malice. "You cannot escape me, Maria," he said. "I will hunt you down and make you pay for your betrayal." Maria closed her eyes and cast the spell. A shimmering barrier of light enveloped her, protecting her from Veštar's attacks. Veštar roared in frustration. He tried to break through the barrier, but it was too strong. Maria had escaped his grasp. As the sun rose, Maria emerged from the forest, weary but alive. She had learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of magic and the importance of choosing her path wisely. From that day forward, Maria used her powers for good. She became a healer and a protector, using her knowledge to help those in need. And though she never forgot the horrors she had witnessed, she never lost hope that even in the darkest of times, there was always a glimmer of light.